welcome to another episode of the SRS Weekly Podcast. I'm Michael Farino.
And I'm Michael Bingham.
Yeah, let's get things started by extending a thank you to everyone that participated in our I Hate Loud commercial sweepstakes on Facebook. You know, more than 3,250 people entered this. And, you know, of these people, only 4 of you could win. I wish we could give a prize to every one of you. But 4 of our winners, and I'll name them now, James Hepworth, Jackie Tonyan, Nathan Vergio, and Linda Holway, actually won a 37-inch VIZIO TV featuring SRS TruVolume volume leveling technology.
Congratulations.
So, from the sweepstakes, we actually were able to pull some interesting data, too. You know, of the 3,250 plus people that entered, more than a third of them are actually, they've actually seen our logo on one or more CE devices that they own.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's really exciting because, you know, we, as an audio company, you know, we're often in the background. So it was nice to see that people are starting to recognize who we are and what we're doing.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, you know, that's a third of that. That's a huge number.
Big number.
Now, more data that we actually were able to gather and more stuff that we learned was that out of all of you that have entered, 98% of you have in some way, shape, or form have experienced loud commercials. And out of all you that entered, more than 83% of you experience loud commercials often or daily.
See, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. It's a problem that stood for decades, and you know, it's exciting to be a part of a company that actually has solutions that is eliminating this for everyone.
So, in our way of saying thank you, we gave away those 4 VIZIO TVs featuring SRS TruVolume. You know, to our winners, when you do receive these TVs, you know, feel free to take a picture once you get them installed and throw that picture up on our Facebook fan photo section.
Let us know.
Love to see what it looks like.
For sure, and let us know how you enjoy the TV.
Yeah.
We're proud of the solution. We're proud of our partnership with VIZIO, and we look forward to hearing about your experience with the TV.
Absolutely. Well, moving on, you know, tech news, really.
Tech news.
We got some good stuff here.
We've got some cool stuff going on. Many of you may already know that iPhone 4.0 was announced this last week by Steve Jobs up in Cupertino, California.
And if you were watching on Thursday, if you're anything like me, I'm an iPhone enthusiast, and Thursday was basically like Christmas for me.
Yeah, Christmas morning, and the last few weeks have been pretty exciting for those Apple enthusiasts out there, with the iPad coming, and then Apple throwing a surprise into the mix when they said that there would be the iPhone 4.0 press conference where they would show off the latest version, and there are many things they talked about. Of those points, the most exciting for many was that multitasking is finally coming to the iPhone.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
There's so many apps that I have open on my phone that I wish I could keep open while I go to like a text message or to check status of certain my Facebook page or something.
Yeah. And so what that means for the average user who may not understand, let's say you're a Pandora fan, a very popular music application on the iPhone. If you're listening to music and you decided, well, I need to check my email, you could switch to your email and your music will continue to play. Whereas right now, if you were to switch from Pandora to your email, the songs would stop playing or the music would stop playing because, in essence, that app is turned off when you open another app. So third-party apps will now have the functionality of multitasking. So it's pretty exciting. Another cool thing that's going along with 4.0 is VoIP, voice calling, voice over internet calling. So you'll be able to, if let's say you are a fan of Skype, you'll be able to make a phone call, which you can do now, of course. But again, you'll be able to take a call without that app being in the foreground or when it's in the background.
So basically, if you use VoIP regularly, or if you're a Skyper that you basically take a lot of calls via Skype, you don't have to actually turn the application off anymore as you would in the past. To have your phone function as a phone, you have to have Skype off in the background. But now you can actually have it running in the background and your phone working as normal. So I wonder how that would work actually if you were to receive a phone call from your normal phone line and you have a Skype call coming at the same time.
That's interesting. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah. I wonder if it would function the same as like another call coming in.
If you could put that your AT&T call on hold, for example, and answer your Skype call.
That would be cool.
That's very cool. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. That's something we'll have to ask or wait to see this summer. So this summer, iPhone OS 4.0 will come available for the iPhone, and then later in the fall, the same functionality will come to the iPad. So those iPad users out there will get some pretty cool functionality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Other great news. Little company called Microsoft.
Microsoft, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. They're announcing an upgrade to their current Zune HD. It's going to be a 64 gig version of the Zune HD that's going to retail at $349.
$349.
That's 64 gigs of pure MP3 storage space right there.
That's pretty exciting. Little bit of money, we think, for the Zune player.
Yeah, for what the Zune is, and don't get me wrong, the Zune's it's a great MP3 player.
Yeah.
But for $349, I just feel like my money would be spent better.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially with it being incompatible with very popular music jukeboxes such as iTunes. You're not going to be able to sync it to iTunes. So many of us have our music collections, which can be substantial, in iTunes. And so if you bought the Zune, you're pretty much SOL without transferring your songs over to I believe it's Rhapsody that uses that, or what media player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other news, it looks like Google wants a piece of the iPad pie.
They do.
Yeah.
The Google-powered iPad, we call it. Now, Google is releasing their version of a Slate tablet, which, of course, Apple has announced. iPad has teased the public with some recent videos and pictures. The difference is the Google device is going to not run Chrome. It's going to run Android.
Yeah. So now, it's kind of interesting that they're going to do that because, in my opinion, the iPad's actually a really cool device. It runs, a slew of awesome apps. Its form factor is really cool.
Yeah.
I just like to have, thin form factor, basically all-in-one kind of device.
Mm-hmm.
But it's running on a very popular operating system.
Yeah.
The iPhone operating system has, thousands and thousands of apps developed for it. Other OSs similar to it don't necessarily have it.
Right.
However, Android does.
Yeah.
Android is its closest competitor. With they have thousands of apps developed for them already.
And you and I were discussing this earlier. Eric Schmidt, who's the CEO of Google, originally was criticized Apple for putting their iPhone OS on their iPad, thinking it was a wrong call. But the more you look at it, we believe that having that ecosystem of apps ready for instant download makes all the sense in the world for these tablet devices. Most of them aren't going to have an optical drive for importing content, and they're not going to want to load software that way. All through this app store seamless integration seems to be the future of personal computing.
Yeah,
and I think that it made perfect sense that they would then change their tune and go with Android over Chrome or even Windows 7 for that matter.
Absolutely. So I think that of all the different iPad wannabes out there that I've seen kind of, I guess, get rumored on the internet, I think that this one actually might prove to be the one close competitor for the Apple iPad.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It looks great. You should check out pictures. Give it a Google. Look it up. See what it looks like.
Yep.
Well, I think that's about what we got to talk about today.
Yeah, I think that covers it for this week. Tune in next week for more of the SRS Weekly Podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.